Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Your one stop for learning all the mathematics concepts which are useful both for school students and for those who are preparing for quantitative aptitude placement exams. Right? So, of late I have posted so many videos of basics, and basics matter a lot. When you have good basics, you have good control over the sources of errors which are there in particular maybe algebra or geometry or whatever, then higher mathematics becomes easier. So in this video also I am going to take up some problems where simplification can be done by using algebraic identities. And algebraic identities, these are the things which students, they keep a formula list with them. Even when they enter into class 11th and 12th mathematics, they carry that formula list, and that is because they tend to cram up or memorize things rather than understanding and deriving them themselves. And that's what matters in mathematics. When you are self-dependent, you don't need formulas in mathematics. So what's the entire video? I'm going to take up some very interesting problems of use of algebraic identities to simplify some of the questions given in factor form. Okay? So before I take that up, let me tell you about the class 6 to class 10th rather, the worksheets, the mathematics worksheet. You know what we have done? We have broken down the entire CBSE syllabus into concepts, different concepts, and we have made a separate practice worksheet for each concept. How many questions are there? I think we have 50 to 60 questions of each concept. You will not find a bigger reservoir of questions anywhere on the internet, right? So if you want to practice concept wise, go for the best offers which we are currently giving. These are very nominal costing, unlimited validity worksheets. You can send me a message on WhatsApp 9896369963. That's the WhatsApp number, and ensure that your preparation is directional and you are finding enough number of questions to practice class 6 to class 10th mathematics. Right friends, let's see some of the questions which we are to take up in this particular video. So one of the very important algebraic identities which students do in class 8 and then they use it in class 9, 10 and all subsequent classes is this: a plus b times a minus b is a square minus b square. Now this identity is a very basic identity used in a wide variety of questions, and in simplification problems you can't just escape this identity. Okay, right? So I can see a plus b, a minus b here. See, plus and a minus, and the same terms being subtracted and added in the two brackets. Whenever this happens, you can actually apply the identity a square minus b square. So how do we do that? Here, this 2 is a common factor, so I am not going to touch it. I am going to apply this identity here in the two brackets. So what happens to this? I have to reduce it to a square minus b square, right? A is 5x and b is 4. So a square minus b square. Mind you, the use of brackets is really important here, and if you don't use brackets, you will tend to commit so many errors. 5x is put in bracket because it is 5x whole square and not 5x square. Okay? So the difference should be very clear in your mind. Now 5 square is actually 25 and x has a square, x square, minus 4 square is 16. I can leave the answer here, or I can multiply this 2 also inside, which gives me the simplified version of the answer, which is 50x square minus 32. Here we go, the simplified version of this factor form. The question was in factor form, and so I simplified it using an algebraic identity and I got an expression. So 50x square minus 32 is the expression which is the result of simplification of this. Likewise, we have y plus 11 and y plus 12 here. Now you can see the first term is same and the second term is different. So what identity will I use? I will use x plus a times x plus b. Now what is this identity? Actually this is not an identity. If you multiply these two binomials, you can reduce it yourself in the form of an identity. So this is x square plus a plus b times x plus ab. This is actually the product of these two factors, which is in the shape of an identity. So I will use this identity directly here. In place of x I have y, right? So x square becomes y square plus a plus b, these two numbers, it is 11 plus 12 in the bracket and then y outside and then plus ab. ab is the product of 11 and 12. And so this will become y square plus, add them, you get 23 y, and multiply them, 12 11 times is 132, and there you go. The simplified version of these two brackets is y square plus 23y plus 132, which is a result of application of this particular identity. Very easy, right? Let's see two more questions. Here we have another question in which we have a factor outside x square y square, and for the remaining two brackets I have to think about the identity. So again, the same terms being subtracted and the same terms being added. So again, a minus b, a plus b will be a square minus b square, right? The same identity which I used in the first question, right? So I will do that same thing here, a square minus b square. See the use of the brackets, friends. That's really important, the use of brackets. So x square y square, 1 square is 1, x square and y square. Now this is the correct answer, or I can multiply x square y square inside by 1, so I get x square y square, minus, if I multiply x square y square by x square y square, I get x power 4 y power 4, which is the simplified version of this particular expression which is given in the question. What happens in these questions is, the basic mistakes, the common mistakes which the students do, and if you are little careful, algebra is not going to trouble you, right? Let's see another one here. So we have 3x minus 2y here and 3x minus 2y here, so I will consider them as x, okay? And then we have a number here and a number here. So this is practically x plus a times x plus b, right? Which can be written as x square plus a plus b times x plus ab. So I am going to use the same identity which I used in the second question here. So in place of x I have 3x minus 2y. So we have a square here, so square, okay, plus we have a plus b, a is minus 8 and b is plus 3, so minus 8 plus 3 times x, x is again 3x minus 2y, and then the last term plus ab, ab is minus 8 times 3. See, I have just substituted the values of x, which is 3x minus 2y, a which is minus 8 and b which is 3, okay? And now I need to open all the brackets. For opening the first bracket, I need to use another identity which is a minus b whole square, and that is a square minus 2ab plus b square. I am going to use this identity to expand this. So if I expand this, a square minus 2ab plus b square. See, I applied the identity to open this identity, and then this is minus 5, right? So minus 5 times 3x minus 2y, this part, and then plus minus minus 8 3s are 24. And now next step will give me my answer. This is 9x square, and this, if you multiply these three, you get minus 12xy plus 4y square minus, I am opening this bracket, 15x plus 10y and minus 24. Now do you find any like terms here? this contains x square, this contains xy, this contains y square, this contains x, this contains y, and this is a constant term. So there are no like terms in this, and therefore this answer is the simplification of the question which is given here. So friends, use of identities, all these are basic identities which we use in algebra. So I hope you are greatly benefited by this video, and this will form a very good base for future factorizations and simplifications. So if you find it useful, do share it with your friends, do subscribe the channel, click the bell shaped icon for getting all the notifications on your mobile, and then you will not miss out on anything. So thanks for watching this particular video. I hope it benefited you a great deal. Watch the next video in this series. All the best.